So I recently saw One Battle After Another. Before seeing it, I thought it was a Paul W.S. Anderson film, the guy who directed all the Resident Evil movies. I kept thinking, how on earth did the director of Resident Evil suddenly put out something that looks this good? Later that night, I learned I had the wrong Anderson entirely. This wasn't Paul W.S. Anderson, this was a Paul Thomas Anderson, the legendary director of There Will Be Blood. And honestly, that made so much more sense. The movie follows a radical group, most likely on the far left, as they go around freeing people from deportation camps, creating chaos, fighting the government, and even causing havoc in the name of rebellion. We watch these characters get more and more radical until something major happens. Then there's a time jump, and we follow the daughter of Leonardo DiCaprio. Naturally, the enemies they made in the past now are coming for the daughter, and that's when the movie really kicks into gear. What follows feels like a blend of a Christopher Nolan thriller and a Coen Brothers dark comedy. Right off the bat, I can say I really enjoyed this movie. There's barely any downtime. Every character's decision has consequence, and the story just keeps pushing forward like falling dominoes. This is a 2-hour and 45-minute movie, but it never feels that long because it's constantly moving. It's not action in the traditional sense of constant fighting or explosions, but if you define action as a series of high-intensity, cause and effect events that keep you glued to the screen, then yes, this movie has tons of action. Leonardo DiCaprio is fantastic, no surprise there. He plays the stonerish, burned-out radical who's been out of the game for decades, and he brings a lot of humor to the role. One of my favorite moments is a phone call, pretty sure it's in the trailer, where he has to remember an old code from 20 years ago, and it just goes hilariously wrong. The actress playing his daughter is great too. She's strong, independent, and believable as someone who knows how to handle herself. She's not a typical damsel in distress. She feels like someone who can fight her way through things and people coming after her. But the real standout for me was Sean Penn. He plays a military commander who is hunting the radicals, dark, twisted, and totally believable. You don't even see Sean Penn anymore, you see this terrifying general, and at times he has this RFK Jr. vibe. And then there's Benicio del Toro. His role isn't that huge, but every time he's on screen he brings this calm, zen-like energy that balances out the chaos. There is also some really good standout scenes in this movie. One of the most memorable sequences is a car chase in the movie, and it's not your over-the-top Fast and Furious style chase. It's short and these winding hilly roads, where you never know when the pursuer will pop over the next hill. The way it's filmed creates so much tension and uncertainty and feels like an ocean, and it ends in such a clever, satisfying way. The writing deserves praise too. There's a lot of great conversations, both funny and serious, and the humor is well done. It's situational rather than punchline driven. You laugh because how characters react to their situations, not because the movie is trying to force a joke on you. That subtle, intelligent humor just works so well in here. Now, this movie does have a decent amount of politics. When the movie started, I was worried that it might just be a one-sided political statement, but it's not. It shows radicals on the left and the right, and explores what happens when you go so far into your ideology that you become the monster you were fighting. It's not preachy, it's observant. At its core, it's a story about a father trying to get to his daughter. The politics are just there as a backdrop for the characters and their choices. So my final thoughts on this movie is, the movie feels big, it feels original and cinematic, in a way we don't get much these days. It starts out with grand, sweeping shots that feel very Nolan-esque, then transitions into a Coen Brothers style cat and mouse chase that reminded me of No Country for Old Men. It's not going to be for everyone. It's long, it's political, and it expects you to pay attention. But if you like grounded realism and a character-driven storyline, you'll probably love this. I also think this movie is going to age really well. The more times people watch it, the more layers they'll find. One Battle After Another is intense, smart, and refreshingly original. If you're even a little curious, I'd check it out.